Good morning, everyone. Firstly, thank you to Larry O'Connell and the National Economic and Social Council for inviting me here today. I'm sorry that I can't be with you in person, but I'm delighted to have the opportunity to address you all. And I want to congratulate you on what is a very insightful and thought-provoking report. My own Department of Social Protection has always been and continues to be an active participant and a strong supporter of the NESC. I know Ronan Hession is on one of your panels today, and many of my officials are tuned in to listen to your discussions. I would particularly like to acknowledge the participation of Marcelo Abirami Setario, Secretary General of the International Social Security Association. I won't try to address all 8 of the questions listed in your programme, but I do want to talk about a number of key challenges and initiatives. Since the start of the pandemic, the government moved swiftly to address the immediate impact on household incomes by rolling out the pandemic unemployment payment. The PUP was introduced virtually overnight by my department in order to cushion the incomes of workers who temporarily lost their employment. To date, over €7.3 billion has been spent on the scheme alone. This is in addition to over €5 billion provided in the form of wage subsidies, along with a range of other government measures. Research by the ESRI published last May highlighted how our social protection system softened the impact of the unemployment shock caused by the pandemic. It found that the emergency income supports introduced protected household incomes from the most severe impacts of the pandemic, and that's particularly true in relation to families on lower incomes. The next few months will no doubt bring more challenges and difficult choices. However, I want to be very clear. I recognise that some sectors will be slower to return than others, and so there will be no cliff edge to the economic and income supports on the 30th of June. The Roadmap for Social Inclusion 2020 to 2025 was approved by Government and published in January 2020. The Roadmap provides a clear path for us to follow, and we have already started. For example, in Budget 2021, we chose to bring in targeted social welfare measures to help individuals and families on low incomes, such as increases in the rates of qualified child payment. In line with the Programme for Government Commitment, the Low Pay Commission has formally begun work on examining how Ireland can move towards a living wage. I want to make sure that when people cannot work, they have access to strong social welfare safety nets. However, I also want to make sure that they don't get caught up in this net. In other words, that employment pays. I'm very pleased that the Commission on Taxation and Welfare is being established and that your report will be a key input into its deliberations. Last summer, the July job stimulus was announced with a focus on investing in a range of active labour market measures which are being implemented. We have also published several strategic documents such as the Further Education and Training Strategy, the National Volunteering Strategy and Our Rural Future. We are continuing to develop the successor to the Pathways to Work strategy. All of these will provide the necessary strategic vision to accompany and underpin the National Economic Plan. The work of the Pensions Commission is well underway and is due to be completed this summer. The Commission is tasked with examining the sustainability of the state pension system and the Social Insurance Fund. The Programme for Government includes a commitment to maintain the state pension as the bedrock of the Irish pension system and to maintain the core weekly rates of payment. In line with that commitment, I have made it clear to the Pensions Commission that the option it puts forward to government must ensure that the state pension continues to effectively protect pensioners from poverty. Before I conclude, I want to say that today's event provides us with an opportunity to think strategically about the future of our social welfare system. There are fundamental questions that have been considered for many years, and none of them are easy to answer. What sort of a system do we want? How can we ensure equity? Where do services fit? And how can we fund the system sustainably? We owe it to future generations to take the opportunity to address these questions properly so that they can inherit a modern social welfare system which caters for their needs. Thank you again for inviting me to contribute today. I look forward to the outcome of your discussions and to working with you as we continue to design the social welfare system of the future.